The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tokutalk.
We've been doing a lot of these recently.
Good. And welcome to 2020.
Yes. New Year is here, thank God.
New year.
Nope, still same me. Hi.
So,
You're trying to make some improvements, just not in your personality.
this video is
pretty much
kind of
There you go.
inspired from a Tokusatsu Network article that I saw on Facebook, where a poll was done for the favorite Toku of the decade.
Amongst the English speakers, and a questionable decision was made for the
Because
top.
they voted for the...
Nope, we're not going to talk about what it is. I'm pretty much sure everybody knows what it is, but you can tell by my face, I'm not impressed. But we're going to go ahead and do our tops and bottoms, because I'm petty like that, for the decade. Yeah.
Yay. So, these are our favorite and least favorite shows in all of Tokusatsu that aired at any point between the years 2010 and today in 2020. So,
I'm going to exclude Ryu's Soldier, though.
and
0.
yeah, because they're not done.
Yeah.
We want to start with Jacob? Start at the end of the
Do
table?
you?
Yes.
Okay.
What is your favorite Toku?
We'll do most and then do least.
Okay. My favorite is Ultraman G.
I knew it was going to be.
I adore this show. I love it.
It's great.
It's probably my favorite Toku show ever. It's got great action. I love the suits. I love the characters, the scripts. It's nice and short.
The movie just
The movie,
keeps going
the
with the
movie
story.
is phenomenal. It's one of the few Toku movies that's actually really, really great. It just has such a good cast. All the actors do such a good job. Script is strong. It's a Toku that I can actually see myself rewatching, and not getting bogged down with how long it is, or how much, or like things that I don't like, because there's very few. So Ultraman G for me.
All right, no one's surprised. No offense.
I mean, I've been new. If we were doing it for last decade, it would have been Mebius. So yeah,
Probably.
Anyway, what is your favorite?
Of this decade, now we have watched a lot of stuff, and I was going through everything in my head to make sure I had this correct. It's X8.
Okay.
Out of this past decade, I felt like it had a very strong cast, a very strong story, and I didn't get annoyed with anybody, really. And I think that's sort of my biggest problem, where it's just like, we're going to have this character who's just loud. And they sort of had that with Dan, but because of the fact that you could tell the actor, one, it was not on purpose what happened, and two, because they really built off of him and just how much of a caricature of a character he was, and just the way that the story really built off of that, and he of course had such a part in it. I think it's just a really well done, well crafted story. Yeah, there were some slower parts, but that's an issue with a lot of more recent Toku, where it's just they'll spin their wheels a little bit. But X8, once it got its wheels back down on the ground, really took off again. And I just really appreciate that. And I like most of the movies, not all of them, but I like most of the movies. Yeah, that's my favorite one of the decade.
Okay.
Matt.
And I'm glad I went last, because hearing you talk did kind of put one over the other. My favorite is Kamen Rider O's. Just like Marcus, I was stuck between O's and Guy. But as Marcus talked, no one, like you said in X8, no one annoyed you in X8. There are characters that annoy the fuck out of me in Guy. But not a single character I can think of in O's that annoyed me to the point where I didn't like them. So O's is also the only Kamen Rider I can think of that I have rewatched and did not go, okay, I remember this episode, let me skip it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I still enjoyed watching it. Also, it helped because O's was so... It didn't happen as often with O's as it did with Gaim, because Gaim was more recent in my head.
Yeah.
So, I honestly can't think of a bad thing about O's from my perspective. Except for one really, 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 really tiny nitpick. Is that he doesn't get a basic firearm weapon like a lot of Kamen Riders do. Like, we just reviewed Drive. Drive has the door gun.
He sort of doesn't need one, to be fair.
No, but his only ranged weapon is Condor. So
The Taja Spinner.
yeah, the Taja Spinner. So that's like I said, that's a nitpick.
Now for our least favorites.
Fuck.
Oh, we're starting with me again?
Yes, we're just going to go in a circle.
Oh, well, that's...
I'm stuck between two on these.
You,
Oh, I know what mine is.
you all probably know what I'm going to say.
Amazons.
Oh, right, that is this decade.
That is this decade. Kamen Rider Amazons. You've heard me rant about it so much.
It's been a
I feel like I don't even need to say anything. But this show was written by edgelords who are trying way too hard to be cool. It is the Titans trailer, but an entire...
Thank you for specifying only the trailer.
Well,
That show was
I
good.
I have not seen the show, so I can't comment on its quality. I'm sure it's perfectly fine.
I have. It's pretty good.
Okay, good.
Nightwing.
It is the Titans trailer made real in Toku form. It is a nightmare. It's miserable. I hate all the characters. It tries so hard to be dark and edgy and cool, but it just falls so hard on its face that it indents the concrete and then the concrete explodes. I hate everything about this show. I'm gonna stop there
The best part is
before I give myself an aneurysm.
The best part is the fact that we're still doing season 2 soon. Hilarity will ensue from both of us, because I also hate that show.
You hate that season.
I hate that season. It's so
Oh
much
my
trash.
god.
Okay, so what is your least favorite Toku of the decade?
This ought to be interesting.
There are obvious ones.
Build the Ninja Ghost.
I'm going to pick one and stick with it.
Okay.
It's the Ninja.
Okay.
It's
Ninja is everything wrong with Sentai.
It's trash. There is no hope for that show. That show, as they described it, is a choose your own adventure type of show. And it does not work. There's really little to no plot. We want to be the last ninja. Bitch, no one cares. Because you stopped caring. And that ended up becoming my major gripe with the show, besides the characters being, on the whole, pretty much, except for 2 of them, useless and forgettable. You never want your characters to be forgettable. You do not want your characters to be bland or boring, because you need something for people to keep coming back to. And if you don't like anyone in this show, because a lot of them were straight up unbearable, Takaharu, that it ends up becoming such a major issue. Just trying to watch it and stick through it, and I stuck through it. It stuck to me like a fly on shit. Because I could not get through that show. But I did. And it hurt me. The mental scars are still here. They're inside my lungs because it's like smoke giving me cancer. Not good at all. Matt.
So that was one of the ones I was stuck between.
So you're going to pick the other one.
Not because you chose it. Because as I was thinking about them, when I watched the final episode of one of these shows, I felt nothing. No joy, no sorrow.
Only emptiness.
Exactly. When I watched the last episode of the other show, I felt relief.
That it was over.
Yes. I felt relief and joy that it will no longer have to fucking disturb or infect my screen ever again. And it wasn't a ninja. I watched the ending of the Ninja and felt nothing. I watched the ending of Kamen Rider Ghost and was joyful I never had to watch it again. Like, oh my Jesus Christ, because that who's the main character turned into, this show was trash. This show... Pretty much just copy and paste everything Marcus said. I hated everyone in this show. Why does the secondary writer have a sister complex?
Because it's Japan.
Valid. But the difference is, I watched Black Clover and there's a character with a sister complex. But for him, it's funny. With this guy, it's just creepy.
I think it's creepy in all.
Also,
It's
But,
still incest, Matt.
he has a sister complex for different reasons. He has a sister complex because it's the only family he has left. I'm talking about Black Clover.
I figured as much.
It's the only family he has left, and he wants to make sure she is spoiled. A sister complex but without actually being incest, he literally loves her as much as a brother can and still be siblings.
Okay.
This was fucking creepy. I wanted her away from him. And what also pisses me the most off about this show is that I went into this show so hopeful.
I think we both did.
The suits looked great. It had the light up chest, so we thought night filming. It's expensive, but he's gonna glow in the dark. It's got a hoodie, which is a weird aesthetic choice that we've never seen. That still actually kind of worked, but
I mean, Ishtrip did work. The fact that they didn't sell those things just on Premium Bandai, I would own one.
But everything about this show, from the opening sequence,
Oh, the opening is terrible.
to the characters, to the plot, and to the lie that was we're trying to teach you history and historical
It
figures.
was a lie, damn it.
This show is the worst thing I think that has happened to Tokusatsu in the last 10 years.
Wow. Amazon Season 2 exists.
I haven't seen it, so
Neither have I, so...
I can't wait.
You didn't pick that as your worst, though.
No, because the ninja actually
the ninja's still insulting.
Yeah, the ninja actually left a void of emotion within me. So.
Like literally, I vividly remember
Your
watching
show
the
you
finale.
watched is like a scar on my heart.
I vividly remember watching the finale of the ninja and just going, I feel nothing. But I watched the finale of Ghost and
felt nothing.
and like, oh, it's over, whatever. But then I watched the finale of Ghost and I'm just like, oh, thank God it's over. That's
The whole parade just happened.
yeah, and just I was so disappointed
So much disappointment. We had to review so many shows soon.
because
The
that
next-
you know what it was.
Think about
That was the first Kamen Rider that I watched from like before, like hearing the rumors about it when it was being announced, and it was the first one I was disappointed with. It was the first disappointment of a Kamen Rider for me because when I started watching Kamen Rider, Wizard was like 3 episodes in.
the next.
So the next one was Gaim.
Yeah.
Then there was Drive, which we just reviewed, and I didn't hate it. This was the first Kamen Rider that aired that I hated.
The next couple of reviews we have, guys.
It's like
We're gonna need some
We got
antidepressants.
the Garo anime. We've got
what the season one was-
Ninja. We have Kamen
The first
Rider
half, though.
Amazons. Season 2.
Yep, go.
And then we have
And
Ghost.
then Ghost.
This
This
we're
is
gonna
our
be-
life now.
We're gonna need somebody here to make sure we don't kill ourselves.
I already do.
I don't know if Tiger's going to be done on time, so we might
I'm
just end
dying.
up watching Max for Ultraman.
I hope that show's good. I really
People-
hope. I hope Max is good.
People don't talk about it, but apparently it's okay.
People
So-
also say they like Build. Look how well that turned out.
I'd be the judge of that.
But yeah, let us know what your favorite and least favorites of the last decade were.
Do you agree with what we say? I doubt it. But as always,
But please let us know what your favorite and least favorites of the decade
also
were.
I just realized this is the first time I've had a chance to voice my disdain for Ghost because Marcus.
You've done it before, but
Not
never
to-
to this extent.
because Marcus always goes ape shit.
Oh, yeah.
So everything he says, I don't have to say. This was my moment to go. This show,
It was
Hurt-
my moment.
hurt
and I
me.
felt like I had to say things.
this show hurt
Which
me.
he did.
But yeah. Don't forget to join us on all the
So
things,
hurt me.
everybody.
The show punched my dogs.
I have to go be happy now. Bye, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.